So hello guys, welcome again. Kindly go through the disclaimer that we are not providing any kind of paid calls, paid tips. So if someone is providing you all this stuff in the name of Nifty Hacks, consider them as a fraud, and you should report them and don't get cheated by them. So in last video we tried to understand the strategy, which is iFAAD version 2. Now in this video we will try to understand the code of the strategy, right? So I hope everyone have gone through this strategy parameter document, which is uploaded on our Telegram channels, main channel, under this thread of iFAAD version 2 shared code. Under that thread you can find this document, which is this basically. So let me zoom it a little bit. So we will try to understand all this step one by one, how we coded it in Tradetron, right? So I hope you guys have already gone through strategy explanation and only code video, and you have already watched the iFAAD version 1 code explanation and strategy explanation also, right? Because this hedging part and this first adjustment, which is to bring the hedges at break even, are same in iFAAD version 1 as well as iFAAD version 2. So I would suggest you guys to go through iFAAD version 1 video first to understand this concept. So on NiftyHacks YouTube channel you can find this iFAAD version 1 videos, code explanation, etc., strategy explanation and all that. So please go through them to understand this set 1 and repair 1 RO1. The only changes there we are entering in hedges via same set. Here we have made basically 3 sets, as you would have seen in only code video. In first set we are entering and managing adjusting CE hedge. In second set, set number 1, set number 2, we are entering and managing put side hedge, and set number 3 are for short straddle, right? So all the adjustment of call side hedge will be done by set 1. Same way all the adjustment for put side hedges will be done at set 2, and adjustments of short straddle will happen at set number 3. So as you can see here, this is set 1. So all the repair ones of set 1 would be of call side adjustments. Same way for put side, set 2 is there. So we are entering in hedge, then this is repair ones RO1 is for bringing hedges to break even. After we bring hedges to break even, we will exit the previous hedge. Same way all these repair ones are from adjustment of put side hedges, and set number 3 is for entering the short straddle, and its exit is whenever, as you guys know, this 75% decay happens, and if market is in range bound, then we will exit the short straddle, right? So let's go through this one by one. So this is set 1, which is for call hedges. So we are entering it on expiry day. So this is for that today is equal to current week expiry, and time is greater than or equal to 3:15, and here position detail all by call count is equal to 0, right? Means on buying side any entry have not yet happened. So this is simple. After that we are simply entering in hedges. Now if you want to understand this properly, please go through iFAAD version 1 video where I have explained this in detail, in very much detail, I must say. So we are buying the hedges as per this condition, right, of the strategy. So I am not planning to go into detail in explaining this, but I will tell in short. Suppose this is for future price, current price. So suppose currently future is trading as 40,000, and this suggests LTP of next week ATM call price. So suppose ATM call price is 100, or let's say take example ATM call price is 500, and this is for next week ATM put price, it is also at 500 price. So you need to combine them, the premium which comes at around 1000, then you need to multiply this 1000 with 1.5, which gives you result of 1500. So for buying call hedge you need to add 40,000 plus 1500 is equal to 41,500. So this is the calculation according to the LTP or price of ATM call and put, that which strike hedges we need to buy. So this is basically that. If you want to understand this in detail, please go through iFAAD version 1 videos where I explained this in detail, right? So in same way, and obviously you need to select next week expiry from here. So for that you need to select 1 here for next week. If you want to select next week, select 2 here. If you want to select current week, select 0 here. So like that, this is basic stuff, I guess. And so as soon as on expiry day 3:15 p.m. occurs, we buy this call hedge. At the same time, same conditions will be inside to condition builder, entry condition builder also, but only change will be here there will be put, right? That any put side buying have not happened. So let's check that also simultaneously. So inside to entry condition also all the things are same, but the put have not yet entered. So we are entering in that put hedge where this will be same the price of future, and then for put side you need to minus 1500 from this future price. So your put hedge buying, if this is the price of future and this is the result of all this math operation according to ATM call and put price occurs, then you will enter in 38,500 put strike as hedge, right? This is also explained in iFAAD version 1 video, so please go through that if you intend to understand this in detail. And here you need to select next week expiry, same way as we selected in call, right? Now this is repair once. So this is to bring hedges at break even on Friday 3 p.m. I have done changes so that on Friday or next day after our entry day at 2 p.m. we bring hedges at break even. So we will buy break even hedges first from this set, repair once 1 of first set, right? So there you need to select that time should be greater than or equal to 2 p.m. For that Tradetron follows 24 hours time period, so you need to select 1400, right? And don't, some people do mistakes like put this colon and all things, so don't do that. Plain 1400. And here you need to mention the net quantity of entry instrument 111, which is our original hedge, is not equal to 0. That means it is still present in trade, right? And today is not equal to entry date because we need to execute this set after our entry date or after our expiry day, right? The next day. So after that, this is the calculation of how we calculate the short straddle or our short iron fly break evens. Here you need to select added instrument name, entry, expiry. Please add underlying also here and everywhere wherever you see this box, underlying box. So here you need to select expiry, entry expiry 111, which is our initial or first hedge expiry, which would be next week expiry when we enter on current week expiry day, right? And this is the calculation of break even, how to calculate break even of iron fly. This is also basic stuff. I would also suggest again to go through iFAAD version 1. I will try to explain this in short to you guys. So this denotes entry strike 311, which our call or put, because both the strikes will be same as we are shorting this straddle, right? So this is the 40,000 level, or you can say our strike. So to find upper side break even, you need to use plus here. If you want to find lower side break even, you need to use minus here, right? From this 40,000 level. Now what is this? Entry price 311, which is our short straddle call entry price. Entry price 312, which is our short straddle put entry price, right? So what we have done, we have combined entry price of 311. Suppose that was 500, our short straddle call price entry price, plus our short straddle put entry price, right? So suppose that was put premium was also at 500. So we have combined it here and we have done the minus math operation of our hedges, our hedge entry price. So entry price 111 is nothing but our call hedge price, and entry price 211 means our set to first condition, which is our put hedge entry price, right? So suppose they are 250, our hedges prices were 250, So we have combined them also, and what is the result of this? As you all know, 1000 minus 500, which will come at 500. So you need to, for upper side break even calculation, you need to do plus math operation. For lower side break even, you need to do minus math operation from this 40,000. So your upper break even comes to 40,500. Your upper break even, your lower break even comes at 39,500, right? So this is that. I explained this in detail in iFAAD version 1 video also. You can refer that if you want to. And this is the basic calculation. So nothing to explain much in this. So as soon as our condition fulfills, we buy next hedges, and once the hedges are bought, then only we will exit our previous hedges. You know, to maintain our strategy margin. Otherwise, margin requirement will shoot for short period of time if you exit the previous hedge first and then buying the next hedges. So in between, for some seconds or for some minutes, there will be only short legs present in the strategy. So if your margin requirement is with hedges at 75,000, it can be possible that your margin requirement will shoot up to 1,50,000 up to 2 lakh also, right? Depending on the IV and etc. all the things. Now, as soon as we buy the hedges, we are entering via runtime variable. So this is the change from the iFAAD version 1 video. So here we are storing the value via runtime variable, as you all know. So what I have done is I have given the name RO111 and I have given the value of number 1 to that. So as soon as this repair one, which is call side break even hedge buy happens, Tradetron will give this variable value of number 1. So in all the strategy, all of the strategy in any set, if you use in get runtime box RO111, and if you compare it whether it is number 1 or whether it is not number 1, so Tradetron will consider this as whether these repair ones have happened or not, right? So this is for that I have given this value. You can give any number or any name you want, but you need to keep in mind that this is case sensitive. So if you are using small letters here of RO or any name you want, use same letters if whether they are in capital letters or in small letters in everywhere, in every boxes of runtime. Otherwise the runtime won't work. Another thing I have done is I have stored another variable which is the short form of call hedge strike, right? So this will be the strike for all the hedges, and this is the one thing you guys should learn properly. So suppose right now my call hedge strike after break even of RO111 happens, my strike is, as you guys know from our previous example, that we have bought 40,500 call. So CHS or call hedge strike will be assigned to this strike number, right? So now in all of the strategy, wherever I use CHS, Tradetron will give me value of 40,500. Now what I will do is in another adjustments also, like here after this first adjustment, our call hedge strike is the strike which is of hedges of break even, right? Now suppose the call decay is 20% and our another adjustment happens. So from this break even value, the Tradetron will assign this strike a value of CHS. If another 20% decay happens and our third adjustment, so this is first adjustment, this is second adjustment, and this is 40% reduction in the short call price, which was this ATM call and put. So if this also happens and we again buy hedge of that, right? So CHS value will be assigned to that. So in all of this strategy, my call hedges will be known as call hedge strike, and they will be changing, right? Suppose after this break even our call hedge is 40,500. Suppose this second adjustment happens, so as you know we need to minus 200 from this, so our new hedge are 40,300. So our CHS value now is this. Suppose this 40% decay happens, so now our call hedge value will be 40,200, So our CHS value will also update along with our strike prices, right? So this is the get runtime is boon, you can say, for the strategy developers on Tradetron, which was very much awaited feature, and we were waiting for this for long, like for almost 1.5 and 2 years. So in this way, from first adjustment onwards, our hedge strike values will be stored via CHS. So whenever we need to fetch the whatever the call strike is in the trade right now active, just you need to write CHS under get runtime and you will get the strike price, whether it is from this adjustment, or whether it is from this adjustment or another adjustment of the bringing strike price to ATM. If it becomes in the money, 3 points, right? 3 strikes in the money strike adjustment. So its value is nothing but traded instrument entry strike 111. Why I have given entry strike here? Many people would have doubt in their mind, and why I have not used runtime here as soon as we are entering in the strategy. So its reason is simple. Now after I am buying hedges at break even, I will go to repair ones 2. I'll explain you reason also that why I've done that. So see, I have used get runtime RO111. What is this? This is just to check whether RO111 have happened or not, right? Before the introduction of this get runtime, if you guys remember, we were using traded instrument price to check whether RO1 happened or not. But now after introduction of this get runtime variable, it is very easy to check whether any repair ones or any repair continues or any entry condition or any exit condition also have happened or not. So it's very easy now onwards. So I'm really thankful to the Tradetron team that they are providing such tools so that non-coder people like me also are able to code these kind of strategies in the platform. So yes, this is just to check whether RO111 has happened or not, so that we can exit our previous hedge, which were nothing but entry 111. So that's why we have given call hedge strike a value of entry 111, so that we can exit call hedge strike via the position builder of this current RO, which is repair ones 2. So we want to exit whichever is the call hedge. So here simply you need to select CHS get runtime under get runtime under strike keyword, and in the expiry always select this entry expiry 111, because expiry won't change. If you select the current week expiry here, that will also work, because we are doing adjustment, all of this adjustment after entering the next day, so that our current week expiry would have start from that day. So both will work here, no need to worry. So now try to understand the chronology. Let me explain this again. So from entry 1 we are buying hedges, we have buy hedge, right? Then from RO1 we have buy hedge at break even, and at this time we have assigned 2 values. One is RO111 to check whether RO1 have happened or not, or basically whether we have bought the break even hedges or not. Another thing is we have assigned this buy hedge a value of CHS, so that we get to know that whatever hedge or whatever hedge strike we have bought from entry condition is this CHS. Now in RO2 we will exit this hedge, exit entry 1 hedge, but we need only to use CHS. What we want to exit? CHS, whichever is the call hedge strike, right? So until now we have seen. Now as soon as we exit our first hedge strike or initial strike, we will assign call hedge strike or CSH value to our break even hedge strike, which is nothing but repair one's strike 111. So as soon as we exit this first initial hedge which we have bought, we will assign this new hedge as CHS, variable as CHS. So now after this these three steps or three conditions happen, our new CHS is this, the break even strike, as soon as we exit the initial hedge or the previous hedge, right? So currently if we use CHS anywhere, it will give us value of this break even strike because this is active strike currently. Now let's move forward. So this is RO3 repair ones 3 of set number 1, which checks basically whether the short straddle call have decayed 20% or not. So this is to check that LTP of the call price, short call price, is less than 20% of its entry price, and we need to check that there is only one sell call leg and there is only one buy call leg, or we call that hedge leg, right? So what this condition will give us, that there is one call sell leg and there is one hedge call leg, so their combined net quantity will be currently 0. So that's why we are using all call quantity is equal to 0. Means if you see in these current trades, our sell side call quantity is minus 50, our buy side call quantity is 50. If you combine both of them, result is 0, right? This is just to ensure that our previous hedge is exited, then only we will proceed with our further adjustments. This one, because let me bring you guys to the basics, because as soon as the RO1 happens, our call hedge quantity will become 50, and we have already minus 25 if you are working with one lot, minus 25 call quantity present also. So as soon as this RO1 happens, until we exit this initial hedge or previous hedge, our net quantity of call would be 25, right? So if it is 25, we don't want to proceed further with adjustments. So if you would have not exited the first hedge, here Tradetron will give you value of 25, which would not be equal to 0. So this repair ones would not happen. So that's why I am using all call quantity is equal to 0, which is basically we have exited the previous hedge. Another thing is, suppose this adjustment happens on Friday normally at 3 p.m. right? Suppose before Friday 3 p.m. our C short leg decays 20% or less, right? So at that time also the net quantity or the position detail all call quantity would be 0, because our hedges will be present at that time and our sell leg will also be present at that time, so our net quantity would be 0 at that time also. So how to prevent that it should only do adjustments of this 20%, 30% or 40% or at the money, in the money. All the adjustments should be happen only after we are entering we have entered in the break even strike. So to ensure that, I have used this, that position detail repair ones buy means hedges call quantity is not equal to 0. So at this junction, this repair ones buy call quantity would be 25, because we are entering via RO1 in our break even strike, right? So this would be 25 or greater than 25, but it would not be 0. So this is to ensure that our break even have already happened and our 20% decay has also happened. So what we'll do, we'll buy next hedges first, which are nothing but whichever our call strike is, our hedge call strike minus 200 points. So we need to bring our hedges inside by 200 points, as you all know. And then again we are giving these repair ones whether this buying have happened or not. To know that, we are assigning a value high. Here I have given the value of 20C, means 20% decay in call side. So 20C, I am assigning the value of number 1 to that. And then, so this R3, 4 and 5 are for buying. So we are exiting. Once RO3 happens, I have assigned 3 sell side repair ones to basically exit if RO3 or the 20% decay have happened and we have entered in that hedge, to check that 20C has happened, because 20C get runtime is equal to 1. So we need to exit whichever is call hedge strike. So basically, if I say RO3 is for 20% decay, right? So we are buying hedges which are, this is call hedge strike is now break even, so call hedge strike minus 200, right? We have got this hedge, and now we have assigned 20C value to this, that this RO3 have happened. After that, from RO4 and 5 are for another adjustments, so RO6, now after RO3 have happened, I want to exit this RO2 or break even hedge, sorry RO1, this break even hedge I want to exit now after RO3 have happened, because we can't be in the two hedges at the same time, then the strategy would not be called iron fly, as you all know. So in RO3 we will check whether the 20C is equal to 1 or not. If that is 1, we will exit call hedge strike, exit call hedge strike, which is currently until RO6 or until RO3 this our break even, because as soon as our RO2 have happened, we have assigned this break even a call hedge strike value. So we exited entry 1 hedge also here, RO1 hedge here at RO6, right? And now we can give this RO3 or this hedge, because currently this hedge will be present in trade, this CHS. So let's see that whether we have done that or not. So repair once 6 have happened, we have exited the call hedge strike, whichever is the hedge strike, I don't know, let Tradetron know that whichever hedge is present, exit that. So as soon as that happened, I have provided the CHS value to repair one strike 131, enter underlying everywhere, huh? Don't forget to enter the underlying. So now onwards, our CHS will be this, CHS will be RO3 hedge strike at this moment until this. Now in the same way, RO4 is to check whether 40% decay has happened or not in our short sell call, and again all of CE quantity is equal to 0, that means we have exited the break even also, and now only one hedge and one short leg present in the trade. And another thing is this position detail, repair once by call quantity is greater than lot size into multiplier, which means as soon as this RO1 happens, our RO hedge quantity would be 25, right? Then as soon as this RO3 happens, our RO hedge quantity would be 25 plus 25, 50. So 50 is greater than 25, right? And 25 is the lot size. So that's why I have used here that our repair once by quantity of call is greater than 25. That means at least 2 adjustments have happened already. This is just to know that. And again, this also, the 40% decay part. So as soon as that happens, whichever is currently call hedge strike, whichever it is, we don't want to remember, Tradetron knows better. So we enter in strike price, which is minus 100 of whatever is the call strike price currently of hedge. So basically we are bringing again more 100 points inside of call hedges in the strategy, right? And we are assigning this as 40C to check whether we have bought this hedge or not. And as soon as we buy this hedge, we will exit from the previous hedges via this RO7, where we check whether repair once 40C have happened or not. If it have happened, we will exit whatever is the currently hedge strike, right? And we will again assign this 40% strike of hedge our new CHS value, right? So let's enter here. So now as soon as something RO6 happens, in RO4 we are checking 40% buy hedge, right? And give it a value of CHS minus 100, we can say, and give it value as 40C. If that has happened, we are checking via RO7 whether 40C is equal to 1 or not. If it's 1, now which is the current CHS, as you guys know, RO3. So we'll exit this previous hedge, right? And we will assign new value to CHS, which is this RO4. So now our call hedge strike is RO4. So which is basically CHS minus 100. So in this way this works. Now RO5 is nothing but to check whether our call hedge strike. So at runtime CHS gives our current call hedge strike. whichever it is, plus 300. So if market have moved further 300 from this call hedge strike, and again you need to check that before buying new hedge, that whether only one hedge present currently or not in the trade. So again all CE quantity is equal to 0, right? And repair once by CE quantity is not equal to 0. This fetches the value that any of the repair ones have already happened for buying side. Why we have used that and not like RO4? Because it can happen that as soon as you buy the break-even hedges here, right, the market can go up and this hedge will become ITM3. That can also happen, right? So before RO3 and 4 there is possibility of RO5. So that's why we are checking that any one RO buy hedge have present to check that the break-even hedge have been bought. So this is just to buy that. So as soon as that happen, we are buying the at the money. And here don't forget to use entry expiry, or you can select current week expiry also, because this is weekly identify, so expiry won't change. If you are doing this in monthly, then you need to select only this. You can't select current week expiry or anything like that. So as soon as this happen, I have given a runtime variable ATMC. So ATM call I have bought. So I have given ATMC is equal to 1, and from repair once 8 I am checking whether our ATM hedge have bought or not. If it's bought, then we will sell whatever is the CHS or call hedge strike at present. So the beauty is, if RO5 happens immediately after RO1, right? If immediately market went up after RO1, at this time our previous call hedge strike is this RO1 strike, right? Because as soon as we are at break even, we are exiting this previous hedge and we are assigning this break even strike CHS. So after that, if RO5 happen, it will buy the ATM at RO5, and from RO8 it will exit current CHS, which would be RO1 strike, the break even strike. And as soon as RO8 happens, we will give CHS a new value of RO5. So after that also, if RO5 happens first and we have assigned CHS value to this, and after that market reverses and call decays 20% from that. So from RO3 we are buying new hedges, then from RO6 we are checking whether RO3 have happened or not. If it is happened, we will exit CHS, which would be RO5 at that time. So beauty of using CHS or get runtime is that we no need to remember which are the current hedge, because Tradetron will calculate that for us. So this is one thing that you guys should know and to understand better. So I guess I have explained all the things, and these are all the things same as call input side also. So there I have given value as PHS, put hedge strike. You can give any name you want, and there also same all the things, same entry condition, entry in hedge, then bring hedge at break even. As soon as you bring hedge at break even, give the previous hedge as PHS and give this RO211 value, so that you can get to know that whether repair once 211 have happened or not. If it have happened, you need to exit the put hedge strike, which is this one, the entry set to entry strike, and after that this happens, you give PHS value to repair one strike 211, which is break even for put strike, right? And after that RO3 is for 20% decay in puts. All the things are same. You just need to copy paste from set 1 in set 2 and do necessary changes, like intraday instrument name 312 is for put, so put short strike, so 311 is for call, 312 is for put. So you just need to do minor changes in all the things, right? So this is to check whether put have decayed 20% or not, and whether currently put net quantity is 0, means one short leg is present and one hedge is present, and repair once is repair once have happened or not, right? So these are all the same things which we check for call side. And then these all are things are simple, that to bring put hedge, inside of the iron fly, you need to do plus math operation with put hedge strike. The same way, this is for 40% decay in put short put strike. This is whether our put hedge strike have become ITM by 300 points or not. And this repair 6, repair 1, 6, 7 and 8 are to sell whether a 20% decay hedge have bought or not, 40% decay hedge have bought or not, ATM decay ATM hedge have bought or not. And accordingly, in selling side, in position builder, you need to just select get runtime PHS, whichever is hedge strike, present hedge strike, put hedge strike, you need to exit that. Simply set 3 is for short straddle. So we need to enter in this short straddle once our both hedges are bought on this expiry day when we enter in the strategy. So set 3 is for that enter instrument 111 and enter instrument 211 net quantity is not equal to 0, means they are present in the trade. So as soon as this condition fulfills and our all sell count is equal to 0, means no sell entry is triggered yet, we will sell both the ATM call and put, right, of next week. So here you need to select 1, current week expiry and 1. And this is the exit condition for short straddle legs, that 75% decay have happened and market is in range of entry strike 311 plus 150. This is to cover upside of the short straddle plus 150, and this is to cover the downside short straddle strike minus 150. So if market is in between this range and the 75% decay have happened, then you need to exit the short straddle legs and keep the hedges as it is. And in universal exit, we are simply exiting on the expiry day of the hedge, right? So that's why I have selected entry expiry 111, which is expiry day of hedges. So if you guys use current week expiry here, then as we all know, we are entering on expiry day only itself for next week expiry, but the today is equal to current week expiry condition will get fulfilled on entry date also. So that's why you need to select traded instrument name entry expiry 111, right, rather than current week expiry. And time is greater than 3, so after 3 PM you want to exit. And this is just to check how much max profit and loss strategy have attained up till now. So if you guys go to this runtime, so see, we have entered in this fresh trade yesterday, and as you guys can see, up till now our max profit went up to 555 and our max loss went up to 217, and currently profit is running at 458. So this is just to check how much profit loss variation we have got. So this is simple, and now onwards always keep this exit short first box yes in every strategy, I would suggest. So yes, this is it guys, iFAAD version 2. More than strategy, you need to see this video to understand how we can use runtime variable to store any strike value, right? So that we don't need to remember which hedge strike is present currently. So before this runtime variable got introduced in the Tradetron, this kind of strategy would not be possible to make. So now there are many strategies which can be coded which were not codable before. So yes, this is it guys. I hope this video was of some use to you guys. If you are liking the content of this channel, please share this channel with your friends, family, with your group. Please subscribe this, like this, so that it gives us motivation to make such videos more and more. So thank you guys, see you in next video.